'Twas the day before Christmas, and all through the hills, the reindeer were playing, enjoying the spills of skating and coasting and climbing the willows, and hopscotch and leapfrog, protected by pillows.
While every so often they'd stop to call names at one little deer not allowed in their games. Ha ha! Look at Rudolph! His nose is a sight. It's red as beet, twice as big, twice as bright!
While Rudolph just wept, what else could he do? He knew that the things they were saying were true.
Where most reindeers' noses are brownish and tiny, poor Rudolph's was very red, very large, and shiny. In daylight it dazzled, at nighttime it glowed, like the eyes of a cat, and putting dirt on it just made it look muddy. Oh boy, was he mad when they nicknamed him Rudy.
So as night and a fog hit the world like a hood, he went to bed hopeful. He knew he'd been good. While way, way up north on the same foggy night, old Santa was packing his sleigh for its flight.
This fog, he complained, will be hard to get through. He shook his head and his tummy too. Without any stars or a moon as our compass, this extra dark night is quite likely to swamp us.
Although he was lonesome, he always was good, obeying his parents as good reindeer should. That's why on this day, Rudolph almost felt playful. He hoped that from Santa, soon driving his sleigh full of presents and candy and dollies and toys for good little animals and girls and boys, he'd get just as much. And this is what pleased him, as the happier, handsomer reindeer who teased him.
To keep from collisions, we'll have to fly slow. To keep our direction, we'll have to fly low. We'll steer by the street lamps and houses tonight in order to finish before it gets light.
Just think how the boys and girls' faith would be shaken if we didn't reach them before they awaken.
Come Dasher, come Dancer, come Prancer and Vixen, come Comet, come Cupid, come Donner and Blitzen! Be quick with your suppers, get hitched in a hurry! You too will find fog, a delay and a worry! And Santa was right, as he usually is. The fog was as thick as a soda's white fizz!
Just not getting lost needed all Santa's skill, with street signs and numbers more difficult still. He tangled in treetops again and again, and barely missed hitting a tri-motored plane.
He still made good speed with much twisting and turning, as long as the street lamps and the house lights were burning. At each house, first noting the people who lived there, he'd quickly select the right presents to give there.
By midnight, however, the last light had fled, for even big people have then gone to bed. Because it might wake them, a match was denied him. Oh boy, how he wished for just one star to guide him.
Through dark streets and houses old, Santa fared poorly. He now picked the presents more slowly, less surely. He really was worried, for what would he do if folks started waking before he was through?
The air was still foggy, the night dark and drear, when Santa arrived at the home of the deer.
A ledge that he tripped on while seeking the chimney gave Santa a spill and a painfully skinned knee. The room he came down in was blacker than ink. He went for a chair and then found it a sink.
The first reindeer bedroom was so very black. He tripped on the rug and fell flat on his back, so dark that he had to move close to the bed and squint very hard at the sleeping deer's head before he could choose the right kind of toy, a doll for a girl or a train for a boy.
But all this took time and filled Santa with gloom, while slowly he groped toward the next reindeer's room. The door he'd just opened, when to his surprise, a dim but quite definite light met his eyes.
The lamp wasn't burning, the glow came instead from something that lay at the head of the bed. And there lay, but wait now, what do you suppose? The glowing, you guessed it, was Rudolph's red nose.
So this room was easy, this one little light. Let Santa pick quickly the gifts that were right.
How happy he was till he went out the door. The rest of the house was as black as before, so black that it made every step a dark mystery, And then came the greatest idea in all history.